Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, I am Nikki Nicole, and for those of you that have been here before, welcome back. Well, today I'm going to show you another part of our yard that we have semi-converted to new garden space. And I say semi because it is not how I originally planned it to be last year. Over the winters when I do most of my planning for the new garden space or any garden space, but especially now that we are converting our yard to garden. But yeah, this space was originally supposed to have these beautiful raised beds with panels and all of that. But in the spring, as wood prices started increasing and increasing and increasing, I was like, yeah, no, I refuse. Not doing it. So I almost scrapped the whole project, but then I was like, no, because I gotta plant this food, because this is where I originally planned to plant my cucumbers and squash. Squash we could do without. We didn't have to have a summer squash. But cucumber, yeah, we gotta have fresh cucumbers in the summer and for pickling. So I decided to go ahead and instead of buying the wood, we just mound the dirt up. And I was like, we'll work with what we have. Yeah, it's not like I originally planned. It doesn't look the way I want it to look, but yeah, we're growing food, and in the end, that's all that matters. Next year, if this all works out, if the plan works, we'll go ahead and add in the permanent wood like I planned, but if not, then we'll do something else. So yeah, let's go take a look. Okay guys, so this is the new space I was talking about. Yeah, it's not pretty, but we are making it work. As you can see, we just took the compost and mounded up. Yeah, so this is on, by the way, this is on like the semi-edge of our property line. So it gives us something to do on the property line. This bed was originally last year, and probably for like the past, I think maybe 15 years, 12 to 15 years. This has been where I had my rose hedges and daylilies. But last year the roses suffered so much, I was about to just pull them up and totally get rid of them. But in the spring I decided to give them, to cut them way back to the point where I almost didn't think they would come back. And we replanted them in other areas of the yard, and they are coming back. I'll see if I can't, I'll try to remember to add a clip of that at the end of this video. But yeah, this is space that was originally roses, and it was great for the pollinators, but I said, yeah, we can convert this to food and put the roses elsewhere. So let's go. Okay, this first section you can see we have Marigold and Xenia. The Marigold, of course, is in there. Yes, the flowers are pretty, but they are in there as like a trap crop for pests, to basically attract those pests from the squash plants. Is it working? Yes, because the beetles I have found love these Marigold. So far the squash is looking good. I got it started late, but yeah, it seems to be working. Guys, look at this Xenia. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? Yeah, it took them a while to flower. I guess technically it really didn't. I was just being impatient. But I am absolutely loving this. Just loving it. I got the Xenia in here, of course, to attract pollinators, since we don't have any flowers up on this side of the garden anymore. Down here is another marigold. This went in extra late, so that's why it's not flowering yet. Right here is one of my squash plants. As you can see, I am trying to grow it up a stake. We tried it last year on a panel, a cattle panel, and it did not work so successfully. Well, I can't say it didn't work. It may have worked had the squash vine boards not taken it out, the plant out so quickly. But this year, and I need to get in here and do some more wrapping, that is, oh gosh, I can't think, kinesiology tape, athletic tape, you guys know what I'm talking about. But that's what I'm using to wrap the stem. I need to come in and cut those stems down closer that I have on there. Hold on now, maybe you can see a little better. But I need to come back in, cut those stems down a little closer, and wrap up the stems some more. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. I didn't want to use the aluminum foil technique. People said it worked, but I'm sorry. I'm in the South. Well, in North Carolina, it's still the South. It gets hot here in the summer. All I could see was that squash plant just cooking under that foil. So, yeah. No, I'm going to try this and see what happens. And here, I threw in a nasturtium seed a few weeks back to see if it would come up, and it came up. So, we'll see. Okay, and back here you see the cucumber just starting to climb up the panel. I put these seeds in the ground, I want to say the end of May, 1st of June. It actually hadn't been that long. I knew I was way behind on this, but I also know that cucumber grow pretty quickly, so do squash. So yeah, it's already starting to flower. In some of the plants I've seen a little bit of fruit already. So yeah, we'll have some cucumber here shortly. This particular squash plant it's a patty pan squash, or yellow scallop squash. And I saw one on there. Yes, there's a little tiny baby one on there. Well, I see actually now I see a couple. Let's see if I can get in there. You see that yellow? Okay, yeah, if you see in there, you can see the little squash in there coming about. So yeah, patty pan squash, or the yellow scallop squash, is one of my favorite summer squash. It has the most delicious buttery flavor. No, the squash does not get big. It is one of those for truly fresh eating, because you'd have to grow a lot to try to store. I don't even know if it would can well or freeze well, but fresh, oh my goodness, sauteed with a little bit of ghee or butter and some onion and a little bit of fresh garlic. Absolutely delicious. And the cucumber is the Boston pickling cucumber. Same here, just more patty pan squash on this side, and more Boston pickling that is starting to trellis up. Okay, and here in this bed I have 3 zucchini plants. You see the one in the middle is really outpacing the other 2, but I only planted 3 zucchini because anyone that has ever planted zucchini knows how prolific they are. And as far as storing, I do plan on storing some to have in the freezer when I make healthier baked goods, to use it as in replacement of oil for the moisture. But yeah, this is mainly for fresh eating this summer. And the cucumber behind it is I believe the Market More, or maybe I planted the Chicago pickling cucumber. I'm thinking that's what I did. I think I planted the Chicago pickling cucumber here. No, that is another variety that I will have to figure out what I planted, because of course I didn't mark anything. You know, I'll know when it starts fruiting. Okay, let's keep going. Okay guys, in this bed I have yellow straight neck squash. It is growing so much slower than the other squash. I'm not sure if it's the variety or if it's the proximity to this light pole. Yeah, because the cucumber that are with it as well, if you notice, they're growing more slowly too. I believe this is the Market More in this area. I'm pretty sure this is the Market More. If not, I'll put it on the screen. But I'm not sure what's going on with the squash. I have checked the shading from both my neighbor's building that is right there, his storage building, and the light pole. And yeah, the way this is growing, the cucumber and the squash, it shouldn't be affecting, the shading shouldn't be affecting it in this way, because the way the sun is cast, this is not in shade for a large part of the day. It's only in shade for maybe an hour more than the other plants. So I'm wondering if it's something that the light pole is emanating. Yeah, if anybody knows, and I wouldn't be surprised if anybody knows of definitely something that these things give off, then let me know. I'm thinking next year that instead of planting vegetables in this area, we'll just, if we do this, if we make this a more permanent space, then I'll probably just do flowers and make this possibly a pollinator garden in this section. But yeah, and the same thing's happening down here. And these hardly get any shade, like up front. And still, once again, this is also the straight neck squash, but this cucumber, this is the Armenian white, and they are taking off slowly. It looks like though they are about to surpass the market more, so not sure what's going on with that. Yeah, but we'll see. We have a long growing season around here, so we'll see what happens. Okay, and right here you can see that I have more zinnia. I just had some extra plants, so I threw them in. I thought it'd be pretty. And back behind it, see if I can, those are sunflowers. They are dwarf sunflowers. I had to replant the seeds. I'm not sure what happened. I am thinking the birds took me out, because none of the first round pollinated. So, but once again, it could be something that's being emanated from that light pole. But the ones beside it that I planted at the exact same time are much larger. Now, if you see, the deer took me out. Let me see if I can get a little closer. Yeah, I came out one day last week to check on the garden or water or do something. I was like, oh my gosh, something took me out. I didn't know if it was a rabbit, because my neighbor was having a problem with the rabbit in his garden, or if it was a deer. But yeah, he is a hunter, and he said that he saw the deer tracks. So yeah, deer took me out. Fortunately, I was not growing the sunflowers for any type of seeds. It was purely a companion plant that I thought about last minute and threw in. So yeah, if they get the rest of them, they get the rest of them, and next year I will plant them further back to try to keep them away from my actual garden. And there are some more nasturtium seeds that I threw in the ground. And guys, look, this is an offshoot of one of our rose bushes that we pulled up. I guess we didn't get all the roots, because yeah, we have a rose coming up, and I'm gonna let it grow. I'm not gonna try to transplant it, move it somewhere else. I'm gonna leave it right there and let Mother Nature do what she do. Okay, so this is one of the rose bushes that we transplanted. As you can see, I need to do some weeding around here, because we did not add mulch to this area, because we plan on transforming this next spring. Well, starting this fall into next spring. So we didn't want to bring in a lot of new mulch only to have to either pull it up or cover it up next year. Probably pull it up. But this rose, or all of them, they have black spot, and that's probably why they did so poorly last year. I have started treating them, all of them, but I just started last week. So hopefully I can get that black spot cleared up for next year. I'm going to keep treating them, and they'll probably get a good cutting again next spring. And then hopefully after that they'll be able to take off and be as beautiful as they used to be. The wind feels good. I had to get out of the sun. It is hot. Not one of the hottest days, but I think today is supposed to be up in the low 90s. So, yeah, that is the most updated part of what's new around here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already, so that you can continue to see how we transform our lawn to garden. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.